Hi, Dr. Gary here on the road. We sell dental practices nationwide. We are dental practice brokers. So today's topic is sellers insist on a refundable good faith deposit when buying a dental office. Let's talk about that today. As you know, we're in 28 states now. We have 10 employees, and that includes 2 CPA accountants, marketing director, operations director, 5 development acquisition people. So we have a pretty good team right now. The information you're about to hear today is for entertainment purposes. It's not legal or business advice. Now, our phone number is 201-663-0935, and our website is dentalpracticeguide.com. Also, nationwidedentalpracticebrokers.com. So you can reach us. We answer the phones from 8 a.m. till 9 p.m. every day, East Coast time. We work every day except Christmas and Easter. So give us a ring. We'll be happy to chat with you. Now, we also do appraisals, and we do a buyer representation, seller representation, where we don't get a commission, and we just work on a flat fee. So call us, and we'll help you with that. Now, if you're thinking about selling to a DSO, please give us a ring, because that's a changing environment right now. Very much changing. Some of the DSOs are having trouble getting capital. Interest rates, as you know, are going up. There's some consolidation going on. Some DSOs are not buying single offices anymore. So please give us a ring and we'll give you the update on that. But if you're thinking about buying, often the DSO will pay our commission based on criteria, but usually they pay our commission, so there's no commission to you as a seller, but you have us as your broker, as the in-between. Remember, we can talk to everybody. Buyer's attorney, seller's attorney, buyer's bank, seller's bank, landlord attorney. We're in the middle. We can talk to everyone. Also, if you work with us, often we can get your legal fees reimbursed upon successful closing. So just give us a ring. We can explain how that program works. We've done that several times before. Anyway, the topic of refundable good faith deposit. Sellers, especially more senior sellers, even though it's a small amount of money, we're talking $1,800, $1,900, a small amount, under $2,000. All that it is, and even when you buy $1 million house, they often ask you for like $1,000 to put in with your offer. It's refundable. It just shows something, some kind of money on the table, some engagement.
Hazard reported ahead.
So now that you have this engagement, the seller's going to feel more comfortable. But it's called a refundable good faith deposit because there's so many circumstances in which it should be refundable. The seller changes their mind. The landlord doesn't give you a lease. The bank doesn't give you the funding. The building has a fire. The buyer gets disabled. I mean, there's so many circumstances in which a dental deal could legitimately just be shut down. So pretty much you have to use the words refundable good faith deposit, small amount of money, $1,800, $1,900, something like that. Very small, enough to just show the seller you have a little skin in the game, and that's kind of more of a psychological thing. And then it's refundable to the buyer at the closing table. Like, it should get a credit back for that money they spent. But it will make the now, we personally, if a buyer signs a letter of intent and they put a good faith deposit, we try to focus on that buyer, depending on the letter of intent, and we don't often show the practice after that. We could keep other buyers informed that there's a deposit put down, there's a letter of intent, and we're not showing the practice. We may share some of the financials, but I think it's only fair to the buyer and the seller for a period of time, 40 days or so, 30 or 40 days, to just move forward with the buyer, get the buyer into the contract, seller into contract, and you should be able to close in 45 to 60 days. If there's other buyers, and we never shop a deal. In other words, if a buyer puts X number of dollars as an offer, we don't tell anybody else. That's we keep that very private. Nobody else knows that. The seller will know, and the seller's attorney and the banker, but we don't tell anybody what the dollar amount offered by the buyer is. That's just kept private. That's confidential. And we never shop the deal and try to get $20,000, $30,000 more from somebody else. We just want to go to closing with that buyer, whatever they offered. So the good faith deposit, refundable, it just puts the seller at ease a little bit that you have something, you have something on the market, something down payment that at least the buyer feels a little bit more comfortable. Seller feels more comfortable, and the buyer takes some comfort that we're going to focus on that buyer. We generally try not to bring any other buyers there, and just keep secondary buyers, give them the information. They could, if the first buyer falls apart, they'll have the information, then we'll get them in to take a look. But it saves everybody time, aggravation, anxiety. But the buyer at that point should also be moving rapidly to try to get the deal closed. Seller should have a dental attorney. Please remember the dental attorney. Don't try to use your friend or somebody you've known all your life. Dental attorney is the way to go. It's a nightmare without it. It's one of my biggest problems, not using a dental attorney and landlords. And it's been very challenging with some of them. So that's where we are with that. Now, we have a lot of new videos coming out, quite a few views. I think we're at 350 videos now. I believe we have more videos on buying and selling dental practice than anybody in the country. So, or perhaps the world, I don't know. It seems that way. I don't see anybody else on there. We do have new information about practices that we just put out. I think there was 6 to 8 new ones about practices for sale. We're trying to do that every 30 to 40 days, somewhere around there. Put a new list out. So please give us a ring on that. We could talk to you about that. But you can only get that if you sign the non-disclosure agreement. All right? So great talking to you. Hit the subscribe button if you want to be alerted for all the new videos that come out. Greatly appreciate it. Great talking to you. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.